On this volume of Indicted, we sit down with former South Carolina Police Chief Jason Chaney. He tells us how a young white man from the Appalachian Mountains in Grundy, Virginia, with an all-white population, became police chief of a small town in South Carolina.
I told you to stop.
But his career would get abruptly derailed because of racism, hate, and prejudice within the police department.
Hey, my name is Jason Chaney. I'm originally from a small town called Grundy, Virginia, in Appalachian Mountains of coal fields. This is my story. I want to tell you how I went from a police chief to a felon. So my first day at school, I went to West Florence High School in the 9th grade. Like, I had never experienced racism until I was 16 years old. I thought everybody was just, play together, shoot hoops together, play baseball together. I never knew that, someone judged what class someone was just based on the color of their skin. And my experience on the first day of school was, I get to school and people start noticing I'm the new kid. And so the guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, has anybody told you about Florence, or where to go, or where not to go?" And I'm like, "No." And he says to me, "Well, you can always tell where the niggas live at. All you got to do is look for the clothes hanging on the clothesline." So like I said, I was at West Florence High School in Florence, South Carolina. I'm new. This is my first day of school. I'm already confused how, people hanging their clothes on clotheslines is associated with derogatory terms. I mean, I knew enough and I was old enough to understand what was being said. I just didn't understand why it was being said. So I tended to gravitate more toward the black students I went to school with. Like I said, I had more in common with them. And then as time went on at West Florence and people got to know me associating with this group of people from West Florence, then I started getting called names like chocolate chip and just a bunch of derogatory Southern bullshit that I had never been exposed to, and it was all new to me at the time.
South Carolina Police Chief Jason Chaney takes us behind the thin blue line and exposes racism at high levels in the Florence Police Department. He tells how city officials in Lamar, South Carolina, expressed how they didn't like their police chief spending time on the darker side of town. How big is the racism issue in the Florence, South Carolina area?